Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the only way William Ruto can sell his candidature to Kenyans is through hustler movement. I'm saying this because Kenya as a country has had the presidency rotating between the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu communities. Therefore, most of the Kenyans are tired of such leadership. At least they are feeling to have a change in 2022. Therefore, we were anticipating, despite having all these issues, that the only way William Ruto can win election majorly is through having the Mount Kenya region vote and then having the Rift Valley votes. But what we are seeing currently, as we are heading to 2022, is not what even William Ruto was anticipating for. Because as of now, even some people within the Rift Valley region are now rejecting William Ruto candidature. There's no way William Ruto could get to Narok, then have people there chanting ODM, when he has tried to use every means possible to create a situation that these people could feel that it is Rift Valley side now looking for the presidency. But seriously, as we go forward, we are still seeing people receiving Raila Odinga and even chanting ODM in the presence of William Ruto rally. Now, on this Punchline today, I want to highlight to you the reason why I strongly believe that William Ruto candidature will be rejected on ballot. But before we go deep into that, a quick reminder, you might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. Please consider subscribing so that another time once we come out with a video like this one, you'll always get notified. Again, to all our returning subscribers and anyone who drops comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, my request, please let us give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend our video to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, by the way, Ruto was going to influence 2022 general election through sympathy and the Kikuyu Kalenjin votes. Sympathy because when Raila Odinga went into handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta, of course, he was kicked out. And therefore, we have people who are sympathizing with him in that situation. But at the time William Ruto came out strongly to start abusing and rebuking Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta, that time is when sympathy ended. People who were sympathizing with him, they found out that now William Ruto is strong enough and he has enough courage to face President Uhuru Kenyatta. So for that reason, when you are strong, the sympathy ends from there. But if he could have continuously presented himself as a weak person who has been wounded by President Uhuru Kenyatta, then it was easy for some Kenyans to at least sympathize with him. So on that one already he failed. And as I said, number two, we have had the leadership of the country mainly from the Kikuyu and the Kalenjin since we had independence in this country. We have other regions which largely believe that they have been even winning election. And for them, they believe that the presidency should at least reach out to other areas. And mainly, I'm strongly believing that it is going to be very hard for William Ruto, number one, to convince the Luo community to vote for him. So that means there's no vote that William Ruto is going to get from the Nyanza region. Then secondly, it is going to be very hard for the same William Ruto to convince Luyas, because Luyas and Luos have always voted together, agitating for a change. There's no way he's going to convince Luyas to vote for him, because they still remember that the presidency is rotating between these two communities. They have been voting for other person and they're strongly believing that that election has always been robbed from the candidate that they have been voting for. So this is the biggest problem, because Luyas are the second largest community. And again, Luos always influence Kenyan politics in the manner they always vote. So up to that reason, up to that step, I don't see how William Samoei Ruto is going to convince these two major communities to vote for him. Then number 3 is the kind of rejection William Samoei Ruto is receiving in Rift Valley, as you have seen it playing in that video. In fact, we anticipated that William Samoei Ruto is going to consolidate even other communities within Rift Valley. That means the Turkana and Maasais generally were supposed to at least embrace William Samoei Ruto as their presidential candidate. But now what we are seeing is clear that Maasai community is already rejecting William Samoei Ruto. The Turkana already, they are even asking for their identity. We had it when Raila Odinga was in Azimio la Umoja kule Kapenguria. So that is the situation Ruto is facing. And as long as he's not going to consolidate Rift Valley at large, so that at least the Turkana and the Maasai are voting with him, then already even at his backyard, he don't have the total support before heading to Central Region for the donated votes. And then number 4, it is use of money. In every campaign William Samoei Ruto has attended, he is always splashing money. Therefore, Kenyans know that William Samoei Ruto is giving money. If Ruto will fail to sustain this issue of money until when we will be on the ballot voting, it is going to be a protest for him as long as he will not sustain. And again, with the issue of giving out money, then they don't reach out to the people intended to have that money. Definitely, even those people who are supposed to vote for him, as long as they miss to get that money, I'm sure these people are going to protest on the ballot. They will not vote for William Samoei Ruto because they never get the money. Ruto give out money to his allies, then it is his allies who are supposed to reach out to the intended groups. Then these allies goes ahead to shortchange those groups. If you are supposed to get like 3,000, they come in giving 500. They come in giving 300. Then the rest of the money, they keep for themselves for the campaign. I.e., someone like Boni Halwale. We have seen it. So many other places, even including Meru, where people were protesting. So at the end of the day, even the money that William Samoei Ruto is giving is going to be a poison for his candidature. Because, you know, when you have a crowd of up to maybe 3,000 people, then you give money, at the end of the day, it reaches out to 500. So where do you leave the remaining? It means these people will protest because they did not get your money. So in that way, William Samoei Ruto should prepare to lose more. And then number 4, Ruto has been depending on the crowd that he is having, believing that he's going to win election. But again, even he understands himself that this crowd that he's having here is landed crowd. He is paying people to bring these people. So the only question that Ruto remains with, and the challenge that he has, is to convince this crowd to turn into votes towards the UDA side. That is the biggest problem. Because even in the same meeting where he's having, after that, people are saying that, huyu amekuja tu kuleta pesa, we went for the money. But kura yetu iko kwingine. The same thing has always happened in Western region, and even he has cried about it. He asked these guys one day that I come here to help you when you need me. But when it comes to voting, you are always taking your vote another side. So he even understands, despite the fact that he's having this crowd, it might not turn into votes. Then lastly, it is lack of agenda. The only thing Ruto can tell people in his rally is all about bottom up, kazi ni kazi, hustler nation, and then he turned into abusing his opponent, where even he framed them as waganga, then he called them kitandawili, and he is even continuously campaigning on BBI. How do you decampaign BBI when even that BBI is no longer existing anywhere? Raila Odinga left the issue of BBI. He's now campaigning on platform of Azimio la Umoja. He wants to bring that unity. But William Samoei Ruto is still telling the crowd about BBI, that Raila is no longer selling. So it gets very hard for people to buy into William Samoei Ruto way of politics. Therefore, BBI is a boring agenda to sell to wananchi. He has talked about Hustler Nation for a long time until it has no value to wananchi as we are speaking now. The kind of abuses that he uses when he is referring to Raila Odinga and the One Kenya Alliance team, it will always turn out to backfire, because you need those people who have been supporting Raila Odinga to vote for you. You need these people who believe in leadership of Kalonzo or Mudavadi or Gideon Moi or other people to vote for you. Then you go out abusing those leaders. Definitely, when it gets to voting, these people are already bored and tired of your abuses. So in return, a protest might be waiting for William Samoei Ruto on ballot. And then lastly, why people are even protesting in William Samoei Ruto rallies, it is because of the people around him. Largely, if William Samoei Ruto can manage to win an election, many people have believed that if he wants to form the next government, he will need to get out and have new people who will help him to run the government. But if not, the kind of the group around William Samoei Ruto will only help him to bring the country down. For that reason, many Kenyans does not trust the group around William Samoei Ruto. All of these people, some of them have been engaging in very funny things. And even some of them are turning to be violent. For that reason, no one wants to vote in a violent person. No one wants to vote in people that you cannot trust with power. No one wants to vote in people whom when you work for, they don't pay in return. So for that reason, all these things are happening within the Hustler Nation. We have seen all of these things happening there. The arrogance, the abuses, and all of those issues. So for that reason, it is very hard for people to continuously trust William Samoei Ruto that he can be the best president with the best team around him. Compare him to Raila Odinga. You see the people around Raila Odinga. If he form government, they are a good man that can help him to at least bring a change in the country. Same to One Kenya Alliance, but the problem with One Kenya Alliance, they are not serious and they are not coming out strong. That's my view. I don't know what you think about this, but we can meet in the comment section. You also give me your views. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you. See you in our next video. But